You need to drink some more water. That's what you need to do.
Because I know some of y'all go take a piss and it smells like lighter fluid. Drink
just
more.
Gold.
Just
gold.
Nasty.
Ooh, wait. No.
Listen.
Listen.
Wait.
I hate you for that.
Let me fix it. How you doing, friend?
I'm all right. You know, I'm a little annoyed at this. Who's not annoyed at politics right now, but annoyed at these Democrats. So that's where I'm at. You know what? Here's the rough part, though, Fran. It's hard to not be demoralized in every avenue of your life.
We just had like a major win, and then to have this like. It's like y'all didn't learn anything from the momentum from Mamdani and the blue waves. Like
hoes, damn.
Well, we're going to get into that because I know that you have many thoughts as our political analyst here on the show. We only have two correspondents, and you are the political one. Welcome back. I'm Francesca Ramsey. I'm an actress. I'm a writer. I'm a producer. And this is Let Me Fix It, the podcast that says...
Ooh, she's tired.
Yeah.
You were like,
yeah. No, she is tired. Which is a running theme, but like we're doing all of the things right now, and we'll get into that. Delon, you should introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Delon Grant. I am the shady friend. I am an actor, a writer, a singer, a podcast producer, an educator. And here we are on Let Me Fix It. Welcome back, class. We appreciate you tuning in, as we always say. Yeah, why are you so tired? I mean, just 50-11 jobs, huh?
50-11 jobs. You know, I am going to New York this week for my stand-up show. And so I've been doing a lot of stand-up to like get ready for it. And everything is late. I am an advisor for this nonprofit. So I was doing that this weekend. We had like a big kickoff and I was working with, you know, the youths and inspiring them. And
look at you.
And, you know, honestly, Delon, I give you so much props as a teacher because it is so exhausting to be like on and engaged and listening and funny and poignant and thoughtful. And it's just like, every day I left just so tired. And yeah, it's just nonstop. I'm trying to get onto 2 shows tonight just so that I can really feel.
Wow. Good for you, girl.
I know.
When you say trying to get on, does that mean like you go and hopefully there's a spot for you?
No, I have a friend who's like talking to the booker and is like, "Hey, can Francesca get on this show?"
She knows somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah, I know somebody, and you know, this is one of those. Yeah,
that's from Dreamgirls. I'm somebody.
Oh, I thought you said I'm the body. Yeah, so I'm trying to just like do all the things, but yeah, I'm tired. And then I told you before I have this new part-time job, and that has been so thankful for it. But man, I went to Pilates at 7 a.m. this morning. Like, it's just a lot. Yeah.
Yo, I mean, I know you, class, I know you understand too, but like when you get up that early, like what's happening now is I will, on my Mondays and Wednesdays are very much like that. I get up at like 6:30 because I start teaching at 9:30 and I'm going to, you want to make breakfast and like have time for you. And I also like want to continue to prep like I did the night before. Anyway, I don't stop until 4:30 and then I go to rehearsal at 5. Yo,
I don't know how you do that, honestly.
Fran, I will be in these rehearsals and like the lines will just go. I looked at this woman I was supposed to be talking to and I was like, what is this? She was like, everyone's like, are you okay? And I was like, no, my brain has completely turned to mush because I've now been functioning for over 12 hours, like on, and like I'm done. I'm tapped.
That was me last week. I had a voiceover job and I think I told you I've been doing this voiceover job like on and off for like a year or something. And so it's news articles for Apple News. And so I told my producer, like I usually do comedic stuff, but I need money. So I told her I'll do non-comedic stuff. Let me tell you, it was a story about climate change. And I went on a hike with Shamika in the morning. And then I went straight to the studio and I like ate like a bagel, like as I was running into the studio. when I tell you my brain, I was struggling through this article. I felt so, I was like, I have to keep stopping because it was so much. I like
It's
the
just
Atlantic.
dense.
I like the Atlantic, but the Atlantic loves a sentence that is 5 lines long and has like multiple different
Ooh.
things happening
It's
in the
like a
sentence.
semicolon in the middle of
A
it.
semicolon and an M dash and a parenthetical, and then there's a quote, and I'm like, what the fuck is this sentence?
Wait, you know how we write, and I love words. But honestly, like sometimes when I'm writing like academically for like a grant or something like that, I'm like, this is too long of a sentence. Like there are too many things you're trying to explain in here. There's no reason for it.
Break it up into and it's one of those things where like it's well written, but it is very clearly not something that someone has ever said out loud. And so as you're trying to say it out loud, and there's like turns in the sentence, and then there's different ideas, and then it's like a little aside, and then it goes back, and I'm like, wait, what was I talking about?
Literally, where is one? Where is the ground?
It's a lot. I was in the booth for 3 hours, and I know a good 40 of that was me going, I'm sorry, let me start again. Okay.
Perspiring, just sweating. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Unrelated.
Yes.
Can we just talk about Poland Springs?
Polar.
Oh God, I got my little thing on. Can we
Your
talk
little
about Polar?
filter on.
Did I say Polar Springs?
Is that?
It's seltzer water. I've talked about seltzer water on this fucking podcast so many times, and it brings me to a hard pivot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I could live without seltzer water. I mean, obviously I could, but it's like one of those things where you're like, what would you take on a desert island? Not a tool.
And for you,
water.
it would. For you, it would be seltzer water. What would
not
I
string,
take?
not like not anything practical. I'm like, because it brings me so much joy when I open a can. It brings me so much joy.
I'm still thinking about what I would take. Is there a solar powered vibrator? I don't know, but someone should maybe invent one.
Listen, there's no reason not to.
What's on your list this week?
Okay, I have this quote that I've heard on TikTok a few times.
Okay,
that I thought would be really funny for us to go through. Okay, so it goes. You've probably heard it. The best friends are between one person who the world sees as an asshole, and one person who the world sees as a lovely person, the loveliest person of all time. And that's normally because the person who is an asshole is low-key nice, and the person who is low-key lovey-dovey is an asshole. Do you think this applies to us?
Yes.
Everyone thinks you're an asshole.
No, I mean, I listen, I know I have heard the things people think about me on the internet, and that's totally fine.
I mean, is that even real? That's not even real.
Sometimes, let me tell you, I feel like sometimes some really nasty comments come from people who call themselves fans of mine. I think there is a thin line. What's the song? It's a thin line between love and hate. I think that is true. I think there are a lot of people who stay in close proximity to people that they don't actually like in order to like keep I do think there are some people who I'm like, you hate the Kardashians, but you know every motherfucking thing about the Kardashians. How do you know? Or just again, I have people that follow me online, and it's so funny because on Facebook, if you comment a lot, you get a little badge that says top fan, and sometimes people will be saying nasty stuff in my comments, and they a top fan, and I'm like,
hilarious.
But you're
watching everything I write.
But you hear though, so I acknowledge I can be a little bitchy. I can be a lot of bitchy. But I'm also a lover. I'm a big mush.
You are, but you know what? Let me tell you. Let me break down Francesca for you guys. So the reason why I think you might get categorized as a bitch is because you really don't hold punches. Like you're going to say the thing that you want to say. You're also going to not do the thing that you don't want to do.
Oh yeah.
And whatever you feel, you are feeling it authentically. So if you're uncomfortable, everybody knows you're fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that's just honoring you. And I think it presents that like you have less of the performance, you know, that we have.
It's funny because so it is officially Sag season. I'm a Sagittarius. And so now I'm getting pushed all this Sag season content, and they've been clocking me because they say that is a very Sagittarius fire sign, that we don't pull no punches. We're going to tell you exactly how we fucking feel. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. And I was like, clock me. But to your point, when I really love something or I really care about somebody, like I'm just as loud and vocal. And I would hope that means that people know I'm being sincere.
Well,
I'm not
you're also a helper. I've said this on the pod before. You will offer up information, your knowledge, your connections, your whatever to anyone in any context, which you've had to learn to pull back.
I spent my whole weekend talking to these youths about the industry, and like they kept asking me these questions where they were like, "How do we stay inspired when the world is shit?" I was like, "I don't know."
She said, "Girl, you tell me."
I was like, that's the question. If I had the answer, I'd probably be working and not here talking to y'all.
Talk about it. Right, because I'm sitting in a pool of my own depression at my fucking house, okay? That's so crazy. But I do think in the same vein, like if you're the mean friend or the not nice asshole friend,
you're the sweet lover mush.
I am, but I think the other side of the equation is I'm actually an asshole, right?
Yeah, I don't think most people get to see the asshole side of you.
No, I can't show it.
You don't, and I'm always like, God, bring it out, bring it out. Delon will tell me, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm having a hard time." I'm like, "Cut that bitch out, tell him, fuck him." And Delon's like, "No, they're so nice."
Well, listen, you've said, the growth of our friendship, like over the years, you being like, wait, you keep saying you don't want to do these things, so why are you doing
it?
And now it's really transitioned to be like, listen, I'm so proud of you because I remember another version of you. You would just be doing shit you ain't want to do.
Oh, no. No. I mean, again, you clocked me. One thing Francesca's going to do is say no. One thing Francesca's going to do is go home.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. Wait, I have something related to TikTok. Have you seen this woman who's been going viral for this social experiment where she calls different churches? Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
She asks the church, she has a recording of a baby crying in the background. And she says, "My baby hasn't eaten since last night. Can you give me some baby formula?" And she has called, they have a spreadsheet of all the churches she's called. She's called like 40, 50 churches. Out of that, maybe 3 or 4 have said yes. Now, the churches that said yes, Black, Muslim, and one Baptist church.
Crazy.
And one Catholic church. And they are all crashing out. Now, a lot of people, because people were nominating their church, they said, "Call my church." And then now that it's been like a week since she's been doing this experiment, people have been going back to church and they've been showing video clips of how their pastors have reacted to the social experiment going viral.
Wow.
Delon, they got their pennies in a twist.
They better have their fucking panties in a twist.
Yes.
Because here's what you propagate: that be kind to the other, reach down, open your hand, all of that.
We don't pay taxes.
We don't even get me started on we don't pay taxes.
We don't pay taxes.
I want that shit revoked so bad.
Well, and this was a perfect example.
It's an industry. It's a business.
Well, and this is one of the preachers. I wish I could remember what church he was in. His whole thing is like, well, what if it was a scam? What if it was a scam? Somebody wants a can of baby food as a scam? Give them the fucking can of baby. Oh no, I ended up giving a can of baby food to someone that didn't need a can of baby food. Like,
what's crazy too about that? What if it was a scam? Look at the context of what we're sitting in. There's no SNAP benefits. WIC is also a part of that. So, like, if there was a woman who needed help for her baby, why would you not look contextually and go, "Wow, everyone's struggling right now," and this woman to go so far as to call a church, right? And they have evidence of the baby screaming in the background. I mean, again, it's crazy. This is a business. This thing is a business.
There was one that she called, and the man said, "Well, we used to, but because of Obama, Sir, Obama has not been president for like 8 years. What are you talking about?
Man.
Why are you bringing up Obama? Like, crazy."
I appreciate the experiment because pull the curtain back. And I think we all know that, well, not we all know. I believe that church is kind of a scam. okay, I believe that church is kind of a
The
joke.
modern version, I mean, the version that, again, is putting money in the pastor's pocket, because a lot of them are
Well,
driving
I'll even,
luxury cars.
yes, where your tithes going, but like also look back in history, like
Yes.
the church was used to keep us enslaved,
Oh yeah,
right?
it
I
says
think,
in this book, be good.
and this is
Don't
the only book you
disagree.
can read, right?
Hello.
Like you're allowed to read. So
Yes.
don't get me started on the Christian Crusades and how many people
Mm-hmm.
they killed, and like
Mm-hmm.
the pogroms against Jews, like
But y'all is eating
all
shrimp. Y'all are eating shrimp, and it definitely
right.
says you're not supposed to be
Like
doing
there was
that.
one video I saw of a pastor who there wasn't enough money raised, and he told his ushers to close the
Close the
doors.
doors.
I was like, not kidnapping,
I
not
saw that one.
that is crazy. Like I don't know. I'm again, well, not again. I'm not trying to poo-poo anybody's religion, anybody's
Mm-hmm.
belief. I will fight for you to believe the thing that you want to believe,
Mm-hmm.
but keep it over there. And
Well,
also,
that's the
don't tell me
problem.
one thing in one ear when I know you're doing another thing. Like it's you're propagating something
Yes.
that's not real. It's a scam.
Yeah, I mean, it just was so disheartening, but similarly to what you're saying, Delon, it is important that she's shining a light, because
All right.
especially with what's happening in the world, that is what y'all are supposed to be doing, is taking care of the sick, taking care of the hungry, taking care of the elderly. And that
Right.
shouldn't come with conditions, because a number of churches she called were like, well, are you a member here? Oh, so you only are going to help people who are members? When's the last time you came to the church? Well, maybe. And I also saw someone talking about these are the times when churches end up thriving, because they have all these food drives and Bible studies and things
Yeah.
like that, where they draw people in with the
Hmm.
promise of feeding them in exchange for participating. And so it just seemed very counterintuitive that a woman calls with a baby, and everyone's like, sorry. No one even said, you know what, we don't have anything, but come on by and I'll go get you. I'll take you to Target. I'll take you
Right.
to we're not going to Target. I'll take you to CVS or wherever, and I'll get you some baby food. I'll give you $5, whatever
and
it
or
costs.
and or like what other resources can you help her if you can't do it immediately, which I believe that you can. If you can't do it immediately, how can you steer her toward resources that will help her, right?
Right.
You are a resource, right? Not
Right.
only for faith and comfort, but like to help people. That's what I don't. This is a segue. That's what I don't understand about these institutions that are supposed to be for all, government being one of them. The
Hello.
idea that the government is supposed to work for representative government is supposed to work for all of us. That's why we
Mm-hmm.
hire or we elect these people. But
Yes.
what I think I'm becoming disillusioned by, which we keep talking about on the podcast, is that these people are they fight to get elected, but then they're fighting for lobbyists. They're fighting for themselves. They're fighting to stay in
Mm-hmm.
office. They die in
Mm-hmm.
office,
Mm-hmm.
which I really want us to boot Chuck Schumer, not only because of what just happened with the government shutdown, just because it's time. You're done. He and Nancy Pelosi are
Yeah,
Nancy Pelosi retired. You need to go too, Chuck.
we should
It's
have sensible term limits. And again, like, not
yes.
to retread what we talked about with Mamdani, but like, that's what's so exciting about him. I saw someone say, it's so cool that he was out all night campaigning, going to all these different clubs and running around. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a 34-year-old
When your back works.
when you are running for office and you are like an agile young person.
Right.
He could stay up,
Right,
like,
right.
come
Well, to
on.
your point, friend, you have fight, right?
Yeah.
Like these people are not trying to fight. A class, just to
Mm-hmm.
catch you up, I'm sure you all know, 8 Democrats voted with the Republicans to end the government shutdown and to fund the government,
Well,
which
and the,
means
and the and the pinky swear of, well, we promise that we'll figure out this
these
affordable
fucking
health care
idiots.
thing. Like, they didn't have any real, no
Nothing.
leverage, nothing.
Nothing. I saw something like some New Yorker cartoon that said, "And remember, when they go low, we cave." I was like, that is so true. But
I
like,
saw a meme that was like Democrats with leftists, and it was like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then it was like Democrats with Republicans, and then it was Barney. It was like,
but it's that, and it just goes to show you these people are working together. Chuck Schumer is somebody that is not only a person of yesteryear, but he thinks that bipartisanship is the name of the game. It's the name of
right.
the day. And
Yeah.
Republicans are not working in a bipartisan way. So I don't understand why
They're
you're
never
even
playing
trying.
fair.
ever. And why should
Ever.
we always have the moral high ground? Why do Democrats always have to be the corrective when they get us into extreme debt because of these tax breaks? We have to come in and give bailout to banks and auto industry, and then that falls on our shoulders. It's nuts
Yeah.
to me.
Well,
So I'm really
yeah.
tired. I think, class, please look up these 8 people, because the other thing you need to know about these people is that the reason Chuck Schumer chose these 8 individuals is because they're not up for re-election in 2026.
And so to them, they have nothing to lose.
So he chose them so that they could shoot their shot and that there would be no repercussions. But I want us to remember this. We need to again ask Chuck, you gotta go. I think we need to remember these 8 people, because I'm not trying to like villainize them, but they're just not. I don't feel like they're congruent with the moment. They're not on our team.
I mean,
and
just the
that's
fact
really
that
becoming clear to me.
I mean, the fact that he picked them knowing that they're not up for re-election says everything.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a throw your rock and hide your hand. They're not going to, nothing's going to happen to them.
Right.
So for them, I mean, it really feels like, look, I really hope that the SNAP benefits are going to come back. I know we need that. I know people need that. You know, there are government workers who've been working, whether it be the TSA or, you know, who've not been paid.
Air traffic controllers. They absolutely should be paid. But it really feels like these people caved because the holidays are coming up and they have to get on a plane. They don't give a fuck about y'all. They are just like, they're fine. Their money is fine. They don't want the inconvenience of having their flight get delayed or get canceled. And so they're like, can we get this over with? Thanksgiving is coming up. Most of them are extremely rich. Most of these 8 Democrats, most of them. Right. And I guarantee you, because people started talking about, well, maybe what we should do is we should stop letting private planes fly. Ooh. Because let's have that take up some of the less airspace and actually prioritize commercial airlines. And that got people, well, I can't go to my Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party at Jeff Bezos' mansion. I can't do that.
Everybody was at that party. Have you seen Kris Jenner's facelift? She looks like Kim.
Yes.
And she's 70 years old.
It's crazy.
What happened to getting older?
I mean, well, it's been eroding forever. But like, what's crazy is that we're celebrating this. And listen, I was a part of it. I was like, God, it was a transformation.
I mean, listen,
it was magic.
Don't get me wrong. She looks incredible. Like,
it's insane.
Her face looks incredible. But it is strange to me, like the message that is being sent. And let's be real. Men get plastic surgery also, but like men in the public eye are allowed to age in a way that women are not allowed to age. And I just worry about, I mean, we just are seeing the effects of it now. Like people are going and getting plastic surgery based on the ways that the filters online are making them look. That's what because they're wearing these filters and it's like changing their perception of what they look like.
Wow.
And it's just really sad. I mean, do what you want with your money, but
we're going to turn into the Capitol in the Hunger Games. I swear to you.
We 1000% are in the Hunger Games already.
The income disparity. I mean, SNAP benefits, like we're in the Hunger Games. we
really are. Let me just see what else is on my list. Oh, I sent you the trailer for the new Michael Jackson biopic. What are you thinking?
Don't stop digging.
Are you going to be in the theater? Because when I tell you, you're not going to watch it?
No.
This movie has been through a lot. This movie has gone through so many reshoots. Has it? Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe you didn't hear about this, but this movie has been in production for many years and they had to do some reshoots because, the Michael Jackson estate is involved with the film.
Sure.
And I guess at some point they did talk about the abuse allegations and the trial and whatever, and they put their own family spin on it. And legally speaking, they're not allowed to say anything nasty about because of whatever their legal agreements that they have with some of those settlements. They're not allowed to say negative things about the families of those boys,
of the abused. Okay.
Of the accusers. And so they had to reshoot some stuff because they had some stuff that was kind of more sympathetic to him and legally could have gotten them in some trouble. The thing that I noticed was that honker prosthetic nose.
That's why I'm not seeing it. Because that fucking prosthetic
Just because of
nose.
the nose?
I'm not seeing it because that fucked up ass nose. And let me tell you right now, the same thing. I feel the same thing about Zoe Saldana being Nina Simone. No, man, you don't. Honest to God, it's a grotesque bastardization of what we actually look like.
Yeah.
Right. Like, find somebody that's younger to play Michael that has darker skin.
Yeah.
Like, I think it makes it looks like a joke to me. I can't stand it. It's crazy.
Okay. This is not devil's advocate. I'm just pushing back to say I don't disagree with you that the nose looks nuts. But when you see what Michael Jackson's original nose looked like, it was a much larger nose. Also,
she said he looked like a monkey. So
no. It was had a big bump on it. Okay, I'm gonna put the picture up and so that you can see a side by side. But here's the other thing, Jelon.
He did have a larger nose. Yes.
The actor is one of Michael's nephews. I can't remember his name.
Oh yes.
And
He's
Your
Majesty or one of them.
I don't know. He's Jermaine's son.
Yes.
And when you reach a certain age in the Jackson family, you get a nose job. They just give you one. And so my thinking is
not a rite of passage.
They do. They just hand you. They're like, now you get the family.
They open a box. Which one would you like?
There's a scalpel in the box. You just shave it off. But here's the thing, Delon. He has also gotten that new nose. And so he was not going to be able to have the pre Michael Jackson nose face without a prosthetic of some sort. His nose is now, they all have that same little Whoville swooped. It's all too small. They
You're
all get
a mean
it.
One.
They just go too small.
Yeah.
And so they had to add, again, I'm not saying it doesn't look bad, but.
Yeah, but I think, I hear you totally. You're absolutely right. They did what they did. But I also think, like, we do this all the time. Like, choose a younger actor. You know what I mean? Choose an actor that has darker skin and has those features.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is, back to the accusations. I don't know about y'all. I saw the documentary on HBO.
I couldn't watch it.
He did that.
He did it.
Yo, he did.
Oh, he did it.
And so
yes.
and there's this whole conversation about, can you separate the I'm going to say the man, because it's usually a man, but from the abuser from the music.
Yeah.
And I think, like, listen, I still bop to the music when it comes on, and the music is the music. It's kind of a watershed moment. It's kind of part
Especially
of our DNA.
Michael Jackson, like, we wouldn't have Justin Timberlake, which we should probably leave him, but like Bruno Mars.
Yes.
There's so many.
The Weeknd, who sounds exactly like
The
Michael.
Weeknd, Usher.
Right.
There are so many artists who are Michael Jackson's sons. And also like stylistically, like things that he was doing in the music are now like cornerstones of music. And so it is hard to say, like, okay, I'm not going to listen to all of those things,
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's like, he was a watershed moment in the industry, right? His legacy is so enormous. But I think you have to hold them both in your mind. I can't hear a song without thinking about it, Yeah. So, I mean, that's, I'm not watching that movie.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I would not go to the theater to watch it, but like if it ended up on streaming, I probably would watch it just out of morbid curiosity because it took so long. And I will say, like, the clips that I saw, like, I don't think he does a bad job. Like, he gives Michael to me. Like, that's a hard role to slip into because it's such a well-known figure. And I grew up watching the Jackson 5 TV movie. Have you seen that?
Have I seen it?
I
feel like you are not a young black kid, young black millennial if you have not seen that movie. Grew up on it.
That movie,
Jackson beating the hell out of the kids. Oh my god.
Michael Jackson with Diana Ross singing together, and then.
But they discover how Michael can sing. Oh God, that movie is so well done.
Yeah,
so
just do a rerun of that.
Thank you. Remake that one.
Let's just watch that.
Yes. That's a good segue talking about celebrity. I heard this quote on I think it was on TikTok that talked about celebrities are ambassadors of capitalism. They make emotional persuasion look like choice.
Ooh.
Like the parasocial part of it is orchestrated, right?
Yeah.
And I think this goes to like the conversation we had about Jay-Z and Beyonce being at the
They were
sitting
at
with
Kris
Jared,
Jenner's birthday too.
sitting with Kris Jenner as well. And people being like, how could you? How could you? And like, they are billionaires. This is the
Yeah.
billionaires club. They are not
Yes.
thinking about us. We are
Absolutely.
a means to an end for them, right? We are money to them.
No, absolutely not. Because look, even with, again, Donald Trump has, last I heard, is continuing to try and keep these SNAP benefits from being dispersed.
Damn.
But there are a number of celebrities that could, with the snap of a finger, no pun intended, just pay for it.
Yeah.
Y'all could just pay for it. And you
Yeah.
wouldn't even feel it. You would not even feel it. And so, to your earlier point about being able to hold space for two things, I think it's okay to say, I like this person's music. I do not know them as a person.
Yeah.
I don't know them as a person. They wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire, and they wouldn't donate unless they had a tax write-off and they could get a pat on the back for it. Does that mean I think all celebrities are bad? No, but this feeling of like, oh, I can't believe she would do that. You can't believe, you don't know Beyonce.
You don't know her.
She's
But
not your friend.
what's really interesting though is our connection to the art.
Yeah.
Right. We feel like the parasocial part of it. Like I do feel like I know who you are because I listened to Lemonade and I saw that video where Solange was beating the fuck out of Jay-Z and being like, like we saw your life and then you wrote an album about it. So I do feel connected to you. And I've also been,
and we grew up with her.
Yes, right. She has legacy and all that kind of stuff. So, that part of it is like that really kind of broke my brain open. Celebrities are ambassadors of capitalism.
Yes, they are always always selling us something, and that's a good segue to. There's this actress. Her name is Shay Mitchell. I don't know what show she was on. I think she was on like not Gossip Girl. She was on one of those like teen show. Oh, Pretty Little Liars, a show I never watched.
I think I watched the first season.
She launched a line of skincare face masks for children. So this is a skincare line, but for little kids. And people are pissed about it because this is another example of what are we telling our girls? Because let's be real, the face masks are not for little boys. Little girls are going to be wearing these.
Yes.
And just this idea that like, you're a kid. You don't need to have a face mask on.
Your skin is being replenished every day.
When they say smoother than a baby's butt, they're talking about you. They're talking about you, baby.
Right. I mean, listen, you know what? Come up with some toothpaste because kids have a hard time brushing their teeth. Like, do that. How do you floss a kid's teeth when they're just, you know what I mean? Create something around the tooth fairy. That's something specific to them, like a face mask.
Or like
that's crazy.
Little veggie snacks or something. Help them get their veggies, you know? But this is one of those things of, and you and I have talked about this a number of times because there are so many celebrities that have skincare brands. This is just one of those examples to me of the capitalist mindset of like, nobody needs this. This is not filling a gap in the market. This is filling a gap in the market because no one else had done it before.
Right.
But this is not something that people have been like, God, why? Who will help my wrinkly, ugly child? that face, girl, you got to get a routine going. Nobody is thinking that.
Right.
And so, part of me wants to believe that this is maybe coming out of, again, I haven't looked into it, but I could imagine that if you were a mom doing your skincare at night, your little kid might say, what are you doing? I want to do that too. And so maybe you give them a little lotion. Yeah. And you let them put the lotion on their face. And
absolutely.
That's it. You give them a cotton ball with a little water on it.
Yes.
And you go, oh, look, you're doing makeup too.
Yes.
You don't give them a face mask.
No, it's creating a complex, especially like they already look at us and learn so much from us. So it's already inherent in what they're learning, right?
Yeah.
And the idea that it's for little girls is just heartbreaking. This should be thrown off the shelves.
It's a no for me, Shay Mitchell. Throw it away.
That's a nice segue to actually, I'm gonna do this is more of a glow up, but it's kind of a joke.
Okay.
Do you see this commercial with Mariah and Sephora?
Oh, people are not happy about that commercial.
People
are mad about the commercial.
Because you would ruin my Christmas song. You would ruin my Christmas song and try to get me to buy some shit.
Well, did you watch the whole ad? because the ad has kind of like a little jab at people boycotting Target. There's like an elf who's like, "Oh, Christmas is
Oh,
canceled.
Eisenberg.
I don't remember what his
Jesse
name
Eisenberg.
is.
No, what's his
He's
name?
not Jesse. He's
Billy
the
Eichner.
Billy
Billy Eichner.
Eichner. He says,
Yeah.
"Oh, Christmas is canceled. I'm boycotting, blah, blah, blah." And Mariah's like, "No, you can't do." And people have interpreted that to feel as if it is them calling out folks saying that they're not going to spend as much this Christmas.
Wow.
And it does feel kind of tone deaf.
I didn't even
respect.
read into that way, but yeah, you're right. I can see that. I can see that. Well, because I'm talking about boycotting. Ready?
Yeah.
Christmas. So
yeah, and I don't blame people, and especially with, again, like with what's happening with, the airline delays and such. It's about to be real bad for the holidays. It's about to be real bad.
I saw a video of, I think it was Dallas. Somebody was like on the tram and they saw the line outside and they were like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the other thing is like the evidence. I guess Hailey Bieber sold her makeup line Road to Sephora for like billions of dollars, and they're not making the numbers. Like they're selling it and they're just not making the numbers. And people are like, "Well, what's happening?" And the thing is, like, when you have like scarcity, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have like elitist scarcity and then you just start selling it to everybody, then you kind of dilute the brand, Well,
I think that probably was a few things, because Sephora has been on the boycott list for Palestine because the
are they Israeli company?
They're not Israeli, but they've donated a lot of money to the IDF, and so Sephora has been on that boycott list for a minute. And my guess is that when they bought Hailey's brand, a number of people said, "Well, I'm not gonna shop there." And then also just the state of the economy. A lot of people don't have jobs. Delon, makeup is really expensive.
I have no idea.
It's really expensive, and in Sephora. I have not shopped in Sephora and I can't tell you how long, but they will get you. They will get you in there.
Really?
Oh,
like
yeah.
What's an average? Like if you're just going in there, is it like, forgive the phrasing, but is it like when you used to go into Target? Like with Target, you'd be like, I went in here for one thing, and I have 75 things.
And then the girls that work at Sephora are very hands-on. They're very like, "What do you need? What are you looking for? Oh, if you like that product, you'll like this product," and you get to test things and try things out. And then suddenly you've been in there forever, and then they're like, "Oh, is it your birthday month? You have some points. Oh, you bought this many things, so now you have this. Oh, you know what? It's a Tuesday, so that means that you can pick up two. You can pick up two. They're always like upselling you, and then all of a sudden you're like, "I just spent $300. I spent $200, like whatever it may be." So yeah, I'm not somebody who wears a ton of makeup. I'm like a less is more kind of girly. But yeah, you can definitely easily spend a few $100s in there and not buy a lot. And not by very much.
Because you got that good skin. Everybody hates you, Francesca, because she'd be like, "Oh, I'm not wearing that much makeup." And you're like, people are like, how?
Listen, I always say, the day I start selling skincare, my finances are fucked. Because this is natural. I have always had clear skin.
She really has.
I do not have a product. And Delon, let me tell you, this is what I mean. Some of those snarky fans. I've had some people give me so much shade and accuse me of lying. They say, "Girl, what's your skincare routine?" I say, "I don't have one." They're like, "Okay, stop. Just tell us what you use." I don't have a routine.
Let me be the first to tell you guys, like, it's genetic. If you see genetic. Francesca's mother has the same beautiful, flawless skin.
Clear skin.
It's just genetic.
Always had clear skin. And I genuinely, I wish I could tell y'all a product so I could get a little commission.
Right.
It would really, I hate having 32 jobs. I would love to tell y'all, go buy this product and it would help me. And honestly, I'm very hesitant to shout out products because, and this is the other thing, when people start promoting skincare products, I'm also very skeptical because it's like, you use the product once and now you're telling us it's amazing. You have to use the product for a continuous amount of time in order to see that it's made a difference in your skin. So even if I did start using something, I'm going to wait like a year before I say, "Oh, this has helped me." But again, I don't need much help. So.
Let's talk about that. My friend Amar, Amar Jean.
Yeah.
He told me about this I have to go to my bathroom to find it, but the serum that Eva Longoria uses that like you can get in Mexico. And he was like, I don't know. He has good skin too, but he was like, girl, I don't know.
What is it supposed to do?
It's just supposed to clear your skin up. And so like, I don't have a skin routine either. I just like, it's just oil.
You have clear skin.
Yeah. It's just, it's clear. But every time I do wash it, that's when I start breaking out. And I'm like, so don't wash it a lot. Just like wash it with water and leave it alone. I use this thing for a minute and it just like, it makes your skin matte, like a matte filter on your skin. It is so, I don't use it a lot, but when I do, I wake up every morning, I go, good. It is beautiful. I'll text you what it is so we can put it in the description box.
Okay.
Because it was banging. It works a lot.
Okay. And see, look, a celebrity endorsed stuff. That's why I said when I mentioned Beyonce's brand, I'm always like, is this legit or not? But it sounds like he used it. You've used it. And
That's
again,
great.
if it works for you, but also the thing about skincare is everybody's skin is different.
Yeah.
And so it's easy to say, what do you use? Well, do you have dry skin? Do you have oily skin? Do you have combination skin? Like, do you have acne? Like, there's so many different things that people are dealing with. There's not a one size fits all approach. And I'm very skeptical of anybody that says this is the magic product that everybody needs. It's not going to work the same.
You know what you need to do, y'all? You need to drink some more water. That's what you need to do, because that is going to help the epidermis like you wouldn't know. The epidermis is called
Listen, because I know some of y'all go take a piss and it smells like lighter fluid. Drink
just
more,
gold.
Just gold. Nasty. Just a ring in the hole.
You know that coffee pee? Well, you sit down to pee, so you probably don't smell it as much as I do.
I just know when I eat asparagus, I think I'm dying.
Oh, God.
Because it smells.
Or beets. When you pee after beets, you go, oh, why am I bleeding from the pee?
Oh, my God. Let me call the doctor. Absolutely not. Let me see what else I have on this list. Oh, they're eating Sydney Sweeney up. Have you seen?
I did. No. So here's the question.
Yes.
Explain it after I say this, Fran. But
okay.
Here's the question. Is she playing into it, or is she just that much of a bitch?
No. Here's what I think. Okay. So class, if you haven't seen, Sydney Sweeney did an interview with GQ because she is promoting her new movie, Christie.
Which flopped.
Which flopped. But this is, I think, related. I think all this is related. So she's doing her press run. She's sitting down with the interviewer from GQ, and the woman tees her up perfectly.
I mean,
she
basically said, here's a cherry, open your mouth.
She said, all you got to do is say you don't agree with the White House, taking up for you, whatever. She basically said a lot of people are upset about this ad. They sense these racial undertones with the great genes of it all. And then the White House, they took up for you. How do you feel? And Sydney Sweeney was like, whatever.
She literally said, I mean, when I have something to say about something, I'll say it.
When I have something to say. And she just has this like deadpan look on her face, whatever. And what do you think about the White House, sharing and saying that they love you and they love the ad? She was like, it was crazy. Whatever. Nothing. And to the point about the Christie movie flopping, I don't really know much about this boxer. But what I've since learned is that she is a queer woman, and she went through domestic violence, and she was like hiding her sexuality. And it's like a very powerful story that does not appeal to this right-wing audience that Sydney Sweeney is essentially courting.
Yes.
And has been courting. They don't want to go see a feminist empowerment
woman boxing
movie.
Like, and I know she beats up a dude in that at least once. So what are you talking about?
Well, and it really feels like it really, and the press is all about how she put on all this weight and gained all this muscle, and she does her own stunts and da 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 da. It feels like she thought this was going to be her Oscar nom.
Oh, not thought. There was a lot of buzz. I mean, it's Oscar baity for sure.
Yeah, but nobody's going to see it, and it's just so interesting the amount of people that took up for her with that American Eagle ad. And look, maybe they did not mean for it to be interpreted that way. Okay. Even if they didn't mean, I'm just saying, if they didn't mean for it to be interpreted that way, the way to respond would have been to be like, oh, no, here we go. Here's some diversity. Everyone has great genes. Not a problem. They didn't do that.
They said
They
nothing.
didn't do that. And now Sydney Sweeney, by the same token, hey, you didn't really mean it like that, did you?
I didn't see anything. Did you see anything? Well, and even that, like there was, it's not saying that you have to apologize or backpedal, but it just needs to say, you know what? It was interpreted the way it was interpreted, and that's okay. But like we were just doing a gene ad, right? It's that simple. And even that is a little dismissive. But
I think that's a little dismissive. I think it would have been really easy to say, we made a pun and it didn't maybe land with everybody, but absolutely we're not saying that one race is better than the other. Like I love it. You know what I mean? Like just say, no, that's not what we meant at all. I understand that people read it that way. That's not what we meant, and move on. But this playing coy of like, I don't know.
It's also just a little too late. It's all just like late too,
And look, she doesn't care. And ultimately, she doesn't care. She doesn't care what we thought about it. She got paid either way.
Right.
But to me, I just feel like it just feels like everybody is kind of courting the Donald Trump approval of it all, and it's really weird. It's really weird. It's really disheartening.
You know what it is? It's capitalism. It's capitalism,
yeah.
and that's what's disheartening about it is that there's this idea that we all have some moral center, that we all agree what's right and what's wrong, right? But like there's the Venn diagram of it is just being smashed, right? And I think everyone's being like,
it's called the Overton window.
Yeah,
the Overton window has been shifting towards this is my left, towards the right. It is really, it's so scary. Did you see that the White House put out some videos and they used some Taylor Swift songs, and Taylor has said nothing. She said nothing about it, which it's like
when mind you, she was suing. I think was it like she sued like a college or something? She sued someone that used it unauthorized use of her song, which was like low-hanging fruit.
If you have made an Etsy store and you are selling Taylor Swift merchandise, she will send you a cease and desist to get it taken down. Remember, Tina Fey and what's her name made a joke about her at the Golden Globes, and Taylor made a statement about it. Some show on Netflix, Ginny and Georgia, had a Taylor Swift joke in it. She made a statement about if you say anything about her, she is going to make a statement and say, and she cloaks it in this like feminist language of like women should be able to date whoever they want and do and even in her Netflix documentary, there was a whole thing about how she wanted to take a stand against Trump and blah, blah, blah. And this man is using her songs in his videos and doing like really incendiary things. Like there's a moment in the song where it says something about like, who you are and where you've been and what you've been through or something like that. And they put up Donald Trump's mugshot like at that moment. They like timed parts of it to just have certain interpretations of the lyrics to put it along with like ICE agents, and it was just bad.
Well, I think to your point about everyone courting the MAGA base or like it being okay to court this base, Taylor's kind of the brand is struggling. She's making money, don't get me wrong, but the brand is struggling. Even the Swifties are like, this album was terrible.
They didn't like it.
And I also want to comment on what was her Kayla, somebody who dated Travis Kelce, who won Halloween. So class, if you live under a rock, which you may, because I do in some respects, there's this woman Kayla something Kayla Nicole, who used to date Travis Kelce, and Taylor mentioned, as she's wont to do, had some song that had a line or something, a dig at.
She says, "I'm not a bad bitch. I'm not a savage," which a lot of people interpreted that to be like, oh, she's making a little dig at like, Taylor's dated a lot. Not Taylor. Travis has dated a lot of black women, and so
not savage.
He was very interested in Meg the Stallion, and Meg the Stallion has the Savage remix.
Yeah.
So like that was interpreted to be a little dig at I'm not those girls, but I'm the one that you're going to marry. I'm the one that you take home to your
Kayla
family.
Nicole clapped back for Halloween and dressed
She sure did.
as Tony Braxton in her He Wasn't Man Enough for Me.
He wasn't man enough, which even the song is a nod. Yes.
Yes, it was everything. It was everything.
Well,
the Brandon
but
Struggs,
have you seen the next development with the Kayla Nicole of it all?
No.
I hate that I know this stuff. The Swifties went and looked up Miss Kayla Nicole's Twitter. She had some homophobia, some not nice things to say about the gays.
Wow.
Yeah, she said she had a number of comments that were, and look, you shouldn't be saying that stuff. I just don't understand how you become famous and you ain't delete your Twitters. How do you in 20 and some of them were not that old. Some of them were like 2022.
Wow.
Where she was saying some homophobic stuff. And she was also saying some like anti-blacks. She was also at the Chris Brown concert.
Wow.
I mean, Kayla.
Let me tell y'all right now. Do not sleep on. If you sleep on the gays, I promise you will not make it in this industry. And what is this industry? Any entertainment industry.
Entertainment. Period.
Most loyal fucking fans.
Mm-hmm.
Gay people, gay black people. We are like black women voting. You will get 90% of us, right? If you just stay fucking loyal. But the moment you do something, I don't know if y'all heard about Kristen Chenoweth. Kristen Chenoweth, she made that crazy. Kristen Chenoweth is, if you don't know, she's a big Broadway star. She has a show on Broadway right now called The Queen of Versailles, and she made
terrible reviews.
So, oh God, it's awful. I haven't seen it, but the reviews are terrible.
Reviews have been bad.
But it's on the heels of its debut. Charlie Kirk is murdered, and Kristen Chenoweth has some. I think she said, I
didn't agree with everything he said,
but some of the things he said were
he said some stuff,
and a lot of people were like, well, what did you agree with?
What did
and then
he
she
say?
had a whole sit down interview where she fake cried, literally fake cried about it, and so people are the gays are like, nah, I ain't going to see that. No, I'm not. I'm a loyal fan, but you've really tainted that for me. So stay loyal, y'all, because we will stay loyal to you.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I can tell when you don't have gays in your corner. The makeup be looking wrong, the hair be looking a mess. I do know.
Because remember, I'm nice, but I'm low key an asshole.
Oh yeah. You don't want to piss off the gays. Not a good look.
No.
Again, it's also to the capitalism of it all. There are a number of celebrities who are happy to take Black people's money. Look, the Target of it all, right? You are happy to take money from marginalized people, but you don't really stand with us. And I think, and especially now, as everybody is kind of counting their coins, this is the time to get really strict about who you are giving your money to.
Right.
Start making some cuts.
Well, and I will also say, we said this in a video recently about Mom Donnie, about Zoran Mom Donnie. One of the things he said in his acceptance speech, or his the night of him winning, was New York is a city that was built by immigrants. And this woman had this great take on TikTok. She was like, we're here for Zoran.
But he should.
But you also have to remember Black people.
Yes.
Because Black people built this country.
And we were not immigrants.
And we were not immigrants. We were dragged here. And honestly, and that's not to say, his point still stands. Take his point.
I understand what he was trying to say.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't talk about everybody all the time. Calm down. I get that. He didn't say that. I said it. But I think it's important to hold people's feet to the fire. He's asking for money for his transition team right now. I didn't realize this until his campaign.
Usually that's privately funded.
And so he's trying to get people to grassroots.
Well, and Delon, it's been interesting watching people try to spin that as look, he's already asking for money. Bitch, Donald Trump is in the White House and is always asking for money. He's always asking for money.
People are building a $300 million wing of the White House. What are you talking about?
Miss me with that. And ultimately, it's donations. If you don't want to give him money, don't give him money.
Talk about it.
It costs money to run a campaign. It costs money to, have offices and get people set up and do all of the things that are going to transition them to January when the actual salaries start. So yeah, he's asking for money. I don't think that is unreasonable. People are trying to use that as this big gotcha. Look, he already is out to get you. you live in Arkansas. You were never
That
coming to New
part.
York in the first place.
That
you know what I
part.
mean?
That
You
part.
ain't been nowhere but Times Square if you have visited. Shut up.
And you were overwhelmed and had an anxiety attack. So shut up.
And you ate at the TGI Fridays. You didn't do anything.
Please, you ate street meat and got fucked up. That's why you ate one of them
street meat.
one of them kiosks. Get out of here. Hilarious.
Enough.
All right.
Listen, I feel like we have we've talked about so many things. Class, we would love to hear from you.
What did y'all think of Mariah's commercial?
Oh yeah. Are you shopping at Sephora?
Mm-hmm.
Would your church have given baby formula to that lady and that crying baby?
Talk about it. Or would you, I mean, even if you don't go to church, would you have done it? If you got a cold call from a lady.
I know. The classmates are very altruistic. I feel like they are definitely helping.
I mean, but Fran, if
out.
you got a cold call, and she was like, "My baby," would you answer it? Well, not answer the call, but like, would you answer her figurative call of like, "Give me some money for my baby"?
Yes, I would. I, you know, it's not hot here right now, but like I keep water bottles in my freezer so that I have cold water to give to unhoused people.
Oh.
I always buy a little extra. When I go buy toothpaste, for example, I always buy a few extra toiletries and I keep them in my car and I give them out. I have no problem. Anytime I go to the grocery store, if somebody's outside and say, "You want something? Okay, I got you. I will buy you a soda. I'll buy you a pack of cigarettes. I don't care what you use it for, but I'll help you out." So yeah, if somebody called me, I would absolutely do it. And I think our class would as well.
I think so too.
I also want to know, are y'all going to see the Michael Jackson biopic? Are you dressing up? Are you going to be on the aisles?
Guys,
Sit down. Please. I'm trying to watch the movie.
They had his nose like this. I could not believe it. Unbelievable.
Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at FixItPod, or you can email us, lemmefixitpod@gmail.com if
and
there's
remember,
a TV show or something you want us to review.
Hit that notification bell, to get us here every Wednesday on YouTube. We thank y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. I'm Delon.
I'm Francesca, and this was
Lemme Fix It.